Hello, and welcome to my level presentation. So the name of my level is The Bunker. This is my level design document. I'm going to be going over the design document first, and then we can hop into the level. So my level is named The Bunker. The story for my level is that there's an old abandoned bunker somewhere in the mountains. There used to be scientists in there, and they were killed off many years ago, like really old time, probably like 1950s, 1940s, and then the government kind of covered it up, and nobody knows why. So as the player, you're going to be playing as kind of like a reporter who takes a job to find out what happened inside the bunker. Um, so the description for the level is it's a 3D first-person sort of adventure horror puzzle game. The start of the level is going to be on a cliffside near the entrance of the bunker. The player kind of climbed up there, and you're kind of starting up there at the cliffside. The end of the level is at the exit door inside of the bunker on the other side of the level. And then there's going to be three paths that the player will be able to take from the start to the end. The first path is the halls, the second path is the vents, and the third path is the mine. Each path leads from the start to the end completely. So the objectives for the level, there's one main objective that needs to be completed before the level can be finished. The main objective is to take enough pictures of evidence and escape the bunker. Now the evidence is going to be corpses inside the level, and I'll show that when we get into it. But the optional objectives, there's three of them. One is to read all the notes, another one is to mine all the gold, and the third one is to turn on the power. So none of these optional need to be completed before the level can be finished, just the main objective. The mood board, this is the mood board I kind of based my level off of. I was going for like snowy mountainous areas, abandoned bunkers, and then kind of insides to kind of give me the feel and mood of what the level was supposed to be. Here's my bubble diagram. So we have the level start here, and the level end, the three paths. Each path is going to have two pictures, so two pieces of evidence in each path. The cart, I wanted to leave this cart in here. This was in my original design, but the cart is no longer there. I wasn't able to have enough time to put the cart in, so I kind of had to cut it. And then the crowbar as well. I was going to put it so the player needs to find a crowbar, but they kind of start with it now. And then these are used to get into the vents. The crowbar is used to get into vents, and the cart was supposed to be for the mine. But there's different ways to get in now. For example, you start with the crowbar, and you need a lever to open up the mine. And then here's my top-down maps. So I have two here, so original and updated maps. So this is my original design. As I realized I was building, and I realized that this was kind of way too small, way too linear. So I updated it, and now there is three completely different levels to it. The first level is the halls. The upper level is the vents, which this is an overlay on top of the halls. And the third level underneath is going to be the mine. So here's a closer look at each of these. Here's the halls. So we have the entrance here. You kind of jump in, and then this is the entrance to the vents, and this is the entrance to the mine here. And then the halls kind of lead into the exit. Same with the vent. This is the vents by itself. And then these are the vents overlaid on top of the halls because they're kind of intertwined. The vents go on top of the rooms, and then you can even drop down into the rooms from the vents. And this is the mine that's down underneath. The mine's pretty big, and then it comes back and it leads back into the exit as well. So we're going to go into the mechanics. My custom mechanics that I wanted to add into the level was taking pictures. This is going to be used for the main objective, to take pictures of the corpses. Kind of have a 3-frame storyboard, similar to the Outlast game. You kind of bring up the camera and then you take a picture with it. My second mechanic is going to be reading the notes. You can pick up the notes and then a text kind of with the note appears on the screen, and then you can close or read the note, whatever. The third mechanic is a keypad. So the player needs to figure out what the code is, then they can open up the keypad, enter a code, and once they get the correct code, the door for that keypad is opened or unlocked. And my fourth mechanic that I was going to add is mining. This is for one of the optional objectives as well. You can pick up a pickaxe in the level, and then you can actually mine the gold that is around the level. Here's my references, and that's it for my level design document. So we can actually hop into the game here. So here I can just play through the level. So find out and collect evidence of what occurred inside the bunker, pay out 25,000. So it doesn't initially tell the player that they're a reporter per se, but kind of insinuated by collecting evidence, taking the job. If you decline, it kind of just closes the game. We can accept here. We start off at the bunker entrance. The door doesn't open, obviously, because it's an abandoned bunker. But we can come through here, break the vent, and we can head in. So I'm going to actually go ahead and complete the main objective here. So we have the camera mechanic, like I said before. Then we have evidence. We have the picking up the notes for those. This one kind of just says the code for the lab. We have the keypad, putting in the code. I'm going to go ahead and collect this piece of evidence here. Here's the power, one of the optional objectives. That let there be light up there is one of my other mechanics, which is an achievement I added, so that when you do the optional objectives, you kind of turn them on, you get the achievements. Here's the lights. So the lights were turned on. This one is, I kind of know the codes already, because, well, I made the puzzles for those, so I already know the codes for these doors. So no need to go ahead and figure out the code from the notes. Here's one of the optional objectives, is collecting the pickaxe and then mining the gold. So I can collect some gold here. And I'll keep going with the main objective, which is the evidence pictures. So this is the mine here. Pretty similar to, these are the notes, pretty similar to the layout that I drew, the top-down layout. And then there's another piece of evidence here, so it's the second piece that's down here. And the last two pieces are actually up inside the vents. So we're going to go back to the vents, or all up to the hall, and then from the hall we can go into the vents. So the vents here, I need to use the crowbar, because the pickaxe doesn't break the vents, but the crowbar does. So this is the last path here, and we have the vents here. So we have a picture there, and the last picture is actually going to be up here. We actually have another note here too, but we don't need that. So now we have all of the evidence, as you can see, 6 out of 6 up there, and we can exit the game, the level. Now once we exit, we have some stats here. So evidence found, 6 out of 6. Notes collected, I only collected 3 out of the 12 total, and then gold mined 2 out of the 9 total, and I activated the power. And yeah, thank you for watching my level showcase, and hope you had a good time.